What's up everybody, it's me, Vinnie, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about what is inside my camera bag. First of all, ask me, what do I film? What do I take pictures of? Do I take pictures? Do I take video? The answer is both. Sometimes, a majority of the time, it's usually concerts, live performances. I don't really do a lot of this vlogging stuff. Sometimes I shoot a lot of short films. Most of the equipment I have is more on the video side, less on the photography side. So let's get started with this. So I have a few cameras, which I'll talk about in another video. But in this one, I'm going to be talking about one particular camera that I've been using for probably the past year and a half. And that one, my friends, is this one right here. This is the Canon T7i. Basically, I use this a lot for both stills and video. I've shot one short film on it, and I've shot a ton of music, concerts. Pretty decent camera as long as you have some good lenses. So let's just say the scenario is this. It's a Saturday, all day. You start 10 in the morning and you go till sunset and you're shooting a short film. So what kind of cameras and gear do I want to bring? Well, this camera is very light. It's definitely less than 2 pounds for sure. Lens choice number one. The first lens I usually end up bringing is this one. This is a Canon STM. That stands for basically stabilization. You definitely want that when you're shooting. All right, and it has automatic and manual focus. Sometimes you shoot in auto, sometimes you shoot in manual, so that's going to be on most lenses. And you're probably wondering, well, why? Well, basically a wide angle lens is great for establishing your shots. Let's just say we're shooting a film in a desert. Maybe you want to get a long shot of the sand dunes. Maybe you're at a friend's house and you want to show the large swimming pool that they have with the waterfall and the water slide. And when you start your movie, you probably want to end up with a wide angle. So we establish the setting. Are we in Texas? Are we in New York? Are we in Hoboken, New Jersey? I don't know. Use your wide angle lens to get establishing shots. Or maybe you have a bunch of actors in your scene and you want to establish how many people are in your scene. The wide angle lens is going to do the trick. Lens number two. Now this is not a Canon lens. This is a Sigma lens. All right, beautiful lens. All right, from Sigma. Okay, and this one is actually a 17 to 50 millimeter. So 17 to 50. It doesn't extend much, but that's plenty enough. Wait. I gotta do this. Hang on. Anyways, so why would you use a 17 to 50? 17 is normally averagely is pretty wide enough for most scenarios, okay? So, and if you want a nice close-up, you can go 24, 35, 50, all right? And that's going to give you a nice shallow depth of field, especially for shooting films, shooting bands, shooting concerts. The only issue you have with this lens as far as shooting concerts is that sometimes you're shooting getting into the music and getting nice shots, boom, zoom in on the guitar, or zoom in on the singer, zoom in on the guitar player, boom, zoom in on the guitar pick, whatever. Wait, I can't zoom in on the guitar pick, or I can't zoom in on those strings the way I want to, or the drummer's way, another 3 feet back. I can't zoom in that far. So that's the only downside of this. So what do? Well, you gotta walk up to the drummer, you gotta walk up to the guitar player, you gotta walk up and get those shots. But sometimes maybe you're shooting an interview with a band and you want to be able to zoom in, the band's holding up their CD, go pick up our CD in stores now, and you want to be like, zoom in. You're like, this lens isn't going to zoom in close enough for that album artwork. So you're gonna have to put up a graphic, and then, you know, that kind of beats the purpose, because the band's, you know, licking the CD or, you know, doing something funny. You're gonna miss out. What lens do you shoot with then? Well, that's when I pack this lens, the 55 to 250. But you're probably saying, but a 55, that's going to be closer than the 17 to 50. That's right. So, you know, this is a good standard telephoto lens. It's not 300, it's not 400, so it's not going to, you know, you're not going to be able to get a nice close-up of a bird way up in the sky unless it's, you know, 20 feet up in the sky above you. God forbid it takes a crap on you or your lens. Please, that's the worst. What I'm saying is this, what is this good for? Well, this is good for getting those drummer shots, those close-ups of the guitar, the close-ups of, you know, the guy, or you're shooting a film and you want to get, you know, nacho cheese dripping off, you know, the side of his face, but you don't want to get up in his grill. As far as photography, this is great. This is inexpensively, I think I got this on eBay for about $50. When I bought it, the only issue I had with it was that they put a polarized filter and I couldn't get that off. So I had to watch a YouTube video how to pop it off without breaking the lens. Go look on eBay, you might find something good. There's another lens I use, and that I don't use too often, but I'm still, you know, learning it. And that, my friends, is the Nifty 50. So if you're wondering, what's a 50mm good for? Well, if you ever seen the movie Psycho, of course that was shot on real film, but they used this equivalent 50mm type of lens. Of course it was a more cinematic lens, however this will give you a really nice bokeh look. It will give you a nice shallow depth of field, and I've seen and heard that basically a 50mm lens like this one here basically is like the equivalent to your eyeball. So think about it that way. You know, your eye can see up close, your eye can see, you know, your eye can focus up close, your eye can focus, you know, some, depending on your eyesight, you can see, you know, sometimes 500 feet away, sometimes 1,000, sometimes 10 feet. Well, think about this as your third eye. Okay, so nice little lens, about $100, and you can hear that motor in there when I just turn it. That's the only downfall if you're shooting video, because you don't want to be talking like this and being like, so yeah, my name is Dwayne, and I come from Michigan, and I discovered, and then you get that in your footage, and that's just not going to look good. So use an external microphone when shooting with this. Let's just say you're shooting an event, you're shooting a wedding, you're shooting a birthday, you're shooting a prom. This makes really killer footage, especially in low light. The only downside of this lens here is that, look, it doesn't have image stabilization. So one, you gotta be really steady with your shots. And two, you probably gotta put it on a tripod or get a shoulder mount rig, because a little jerkiness, it's gonna look like this. Like, it's gonna be really noticeable. But very nice for the price, about $100 US, and you got yourself a 50mm lens that will make even your short films, your independent films. I know people personally that have shot feature films on this type of lens, the whole movie, and it looks amazing. Enough talk with the lenses. Let's get lit here for a second. So this right here is the newer, whatever, and it does come with a battery and a charger, but I am old school and I use all these AA's. This light, it's pretty bright. I think I was at an event and someone was like, could you turn your light off please? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's so bright. Hey, videographers, We always get yelled at for something. It comes with this nice little diffuser here. So I mean, it's really bright without that. It's pretty good. It's nice. It's lightweight. It's portable. It's got this shoe mount you can just stick on a camera. I always carry one of these around. I like how I said I carry these around. I didn't tell you what it was. But basically, it's a 3.5 millimeter prong connected to dual XLR, which means stereo. Left channel, right channel, right channel, left channel. And this can plug into your digital audio recorder. It can plug into your camera if you get another XLR cable extender or two of them. This is great for interviews if you have a handheld mic and with an XLR cable, hook that onto here, take this end, plug it into your camera. And I always bring this with me because you never know when you got to plug into the soundboard. You get permission first and you record into your audio recorder, which I'll be talking about next. So right here, this is the Zoom H1N. Now I gotta be honest, I bought this and I probably only used it not even 10 times yet. However, if you were to shoot an interview, you want some decent audio, and you don't have a lavalier mic like I'm wearing right now, get one of these. This is an alternative. It takes micro SD card. You take that micro SD card, put it in there, fire it up, hit your record button, hit record again to start recording. The nice thing about this for the price is you have a limiter, which is great because if you're filming, live music, or you're filming, some just, nice special sound effects that you want, like you're gonna get crisp audio. Or you can put it on a hot shoe mount, clip it onto your camera, and you're good to go. Takes 2 AAA batteries, which are not bad at all. That's that for the digital audio recorder. Now, I was just telling a friend today about this. So many people complain about this and they're like, oh, it's so cheap, it doesn't sound good at all, sounds like crap with a capital C. But you know what? I only had one issue with this microphone out of using it for about a year. And that is on certain cameras, if you turn on the Wi-Fi, you're going to get this weird kind of noise. Other than that, for movies, for interviews, documentaries, whatever, this is a great thing. The good thing about this, it doesn't take any batteries. Basically, it has a 3.5 millimeter jack to 3.5 millimeter jack. This is short, I know, but most cameras it fits. Or you can always get in, I have an extension cable, which is a 3.5 to 3.5, and it's like 6 feet long, so it does the trick. You can put it on a boom, put it like this, pop it in there, alright, you're good to go. You got a little slinky toy you can play with if you're bored on set. A little shoe mount there, so you can just slide that into your camera. It's got a hole there you can screw onto a tripod or boom pole, whatever you got. I have a boom pole. This works amazing. You can just put it right here out of frame like that, and you can pick up some good audio. Now remember, all these products I'm showing you today, not sponsored, no affiliate marketing, none of that crap. I'm just telling you because I do this for a hobby, for my passion. This is what I do, and I'm telling you the truth of what I think about these products. So you're probably wondering, well, I don't see a microphone. Is there a microphone in front of the camera? Is there a microphone, somewhere around here? Well, obviously there is, and that is called, I am using, it looks like YouTube, but it's called UMic. All right, umic.audio is the website, and basically it's most likely from China. And at the time I got this for like less than $10. They sent me one, it didn't work. They sent me another and it worked. It comes in this little pouch. I have another one over here, the one that didn't work, just to show you. I kept it even though it didn't work, but it comes in this little thing here it's got your little adapter so you can hook into your camera or your phone. And see, this kind of broke off, the lavalier clip, so I had to like fix it, whatever. But anyways, that's the mic I'm wearing. It's under my jacket, and that's what the sound that you hear is coming from this little thing. Pretty impressive, right? So you just talk into that and clip it on here, clip it over here, clip it towards your, hook it on your camera lens, you know, facing towards your talent. And when you're done, rip it out of your camera carefully. So gently open up the pouch here, stick it in there. You could wrap it up nicer, but what the heck, right? Just showing you, like, voila. You could hook this up to your belt and be like, yo, what's up, ladies? I got me a microphone, I can record you. Always bring this no matter what, because sometimes you go to an event, a fair or some kind of event, or you're on vacation and you're like, I totally should interview this person. You ever meet somebody and they're like, oh yeah, and they're telling you a story and you're like, man, I wish I had my camera right now. Or you have a camera but you don't have a microphone. Always bring it. Can fit in your pocket, can fit in your hat, you know. Hey, record it, get their permission, and you're good to go. Next thing. Now this is a true story. This just actually happened a couple weeks ago. I was at an event shooting for somebody, and they said, you know, oh yeah, I'll bring my SD card, you know, you just show up with your camera and I'll give you one and you can use it and shoot the event and, you know, everything will be good. And I go, okay. So I show up on set, I got my Canon, I got my, you know, shoulder rig, I got everything, the battery, everything's good. And they say to me, I said, oh, so, I have my hand out, not for money, but I'm like, hey, where's the SD card? And they're like, oh, I forgot the SD card. Of course you did. Really? That's why you bring one of these with you. And this is a really nifty gadget. It's regardless, please send my regards to people who forget their SD cards. This is great. The only downside is I wish it held more SD cards. That would be cool. I want to get eventually like one of those flip books that have like 500 SD cards, because I always use them and go through them. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this holds 8 SD cards, just like that. The ones that you're done with can go on one side, and vice versa, however you want to do it. So anyways, that is that. The other thing too is these things are small. You shouldn't have an excuse, go, I didn't have room in my camera bag to bring a lens cloth or clean my viewfinder. Baloney. Look how tiny this is. It's like, boom. Or maybe you have to wipe your ass with it. I don't know. You never know, right? Go into like a Wawa or a Sheetz and be like, oh, that stall didn't have toilet paper. Yeah, just clean the lens, la 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 la, boom. I probably should have done that before I started this video. You could always bring your cleaning spray, glass cleaner. Never spray your glass, always spray onto the cloth and then move into circular positions, everybody. Hopefully you know what a circular position is. That's what she said. The upper pouches is for the batteries and the battery charger. Sometimes I do get lazy and I'm like, I don't need to bring the battery charger. Why do I need to bring the battery charger? There's probably not even an outlet. Start bringing your battery charger and spare batteries. Yeah, I hate doing events where you're tired, you've been taking pictures all day, and that one special person at this event goes and they're like, hey, can I get my picture taken from you? And you're like, oh, they're asking me. And then you're like, oh wait, my battery is about to die. If I turn my camera on one more time, you have that feeling. So always bring a spare. Always bring a spare. I rambled on too much, but I hope you guys liked my video and got to see what's in my camera bag. And I'll talk with you guys another time. So if you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe, because maybe I'll do more of these if I get enough traffic. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Vinny, and I'll talk to you soon.